Hello everyone, this is Matthew once again, and now, recap time. I review the classic 1939 film with Judy Garland, which is an A+, and I review the unofficial sequel that Disney made back in 1985, which I find it very highly underrated, and I gave it a B+. And now, I review both of these Oz movies and really enjoyed them, and now I'm down to one more Oz movie. So, here I go. After Return to Oz, Disney has never made an Oz film ever again until 2013. We now have Oz, the Great and Powerful. Stars James Franco, Mila Kunis, Michelle Williams, Rachel Weisz, Zach Braff, Joey Keane, a cameo of Bruce Campbell, music by Danny Elfman, and directed by the man who brought you the Evil Dead trilogy and the Spider-Man trilogy, Sam Raimi. And for my history with this film, I do remember seeing the trailers of this film, and if I had to be honest with y'all, I really wasn't too keen of another Oz movie, and especially, I was just like, and especially when I look at the visual, they did remind me a bit of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. But until around March 2013, I decided to give this movie a look at, and I was surprised by it. I don't think it's a great movie, but I did give it a chance for what it is, and so I was okay. But of course, time went on, I do find it to be a pretty good movie. So, just so you know, this movie has nothing to do with the Wicked production or anything, but this movie just pretty much is telling its own thing about how did the Great Wizard got to the land of Oz. So especially just telling its own story here. Especially each of the Wizard of Oz properties, you can make whatever story you wanted. Now, without further ado, here's the backstory of this film. Before James Franco was cast as the Wizard of Oz himself, Oscar Diggs, formerly known as Oz, there were other actors who were offered for the part of the role, such as Johnny Depp and Robert Downey Jr. Johnny Depp really liked the role, but he was committed to do the Lone Ranger. But Robert Downey Jr. was not interested, so he decided to continue on his role as Iron Man for the MCU movies. And while production was underway, it did receive some setbacks, such as James Franco's father passing away, Rachel Weisz to do her role for The Bourne Legacy, and Michelle Williams to promote her movie, My Wiggles Maryland. And while Sam Raimi and Danny Elfman had a history together, they pretty much had a fallout for their relationship together in Spider-Man 2, but they were able to make up for it to work on this film. And the film had its premiere at the El Capitan Theater on February 14 until it was given a wide release on the 8th day of March 2013, as it opened to mixed reviews by critics, but was successful at the box office by making $234.9 million against its $215 million budget. And the film itself did not earn any Oscar nominations like the other two Oz films, but its update on the sequel remains unknown. So, I really don't know if we are going to get a sequel to this movie, but Sam Raimi actually left the door open in case anyone wants to make it. He won't direct the sequel, but he did let the door for someone else in case anyone wants to make it. If Disney wants to make it, great. If not, then oh well. And I guess I would not mind a sequel to this movie, because this movie is always opening some new doors where the story can go with it, especially when you're trying to expand the mythology of the Oz series. So, what did I think of the movie? Well, I guess to start with the positives here is that I thought the acting in this film was actually pretty good. And to start with Mila Kunis, which I know many people compare her unfavorably to Hayden Christensen, like when she was cast as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, but now everyone wasn't too keen on her as the Wicked Witch of the Wiz, but which, of course, yes, she actually did win her MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. And honestly, I thought Mila Kunis did fine. I don't think she was a great thing ever about that film, but I thought she did what she had to do by giving such a decent performance. And I thought Michelle Williams as Glinda, I thought did a terrific job with her. That definitely has a nice, beautiful look to it. And Rachel Weisz was, I can say she is kind of devilishly wicked as Evanora, Theodora's sister in the film. And of course, James Franco as Oz. I thought he was really good. I do love James Franco as an actor, since I love him in the Spider-Man movies, as well as he played Tommy Wiseau in The Disaster Artist. Zach Braff as Finley, you could take it or leave it, but he actually did get me some laughs of it, but I wouldn't say he was like the ones that I watched the film, but he does fine. Joey Keane does a really good job as China Girl, and especially, which I will tell you about that one scene later on. And of course, you do get a nice cameo of Bruce Campbell, which also you do get some other cameos from the other Evil Dead movies, such as the first one, like during the scene in the movie with the Wicked Witch makes her introduction to where the Munchkins and the Quarterlings live, and the Tinkers. You actually do know it's three women and looking out the smoke evolving to the Wicked Witch and the Witch, which, believe it or not, those are the three women that Sam Raimi used for his first film, The Evil Dead. So you do got some Evil Dead nods to it. Even what this whole movie itself, it actually did feel more like a kid-friendly version of Army of Darkness, where you have a hero coming from the sky, then of course he has to be the hero he needs to be. You know, he's a coward, but later on he has to, again, be the man he needs to be. And falls in love with the girl he loves. Although, of course, I do rather watch Army of Darkness than this film, but also, I'd rather watch this movie over Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, because at least I understand the story, and it's easier to sit through, and it's not confusing me, whereas Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, it really confused me to death. You know, that film's okay, but even if you try to think about it, it just kind of gets worse. Where this one here, it gets kind of better to watch. And the look of Oz, I will say, it definitely has that pure eye can't look to it. It's bright, it's colorful, even though it does remind me a bit of Alice in Wonderland as well as Avatar and the Hobbit films. But nevertheless, I thought the visuals looked great, and the CGI doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. The best one, in my opinion, is definitely China Girl, which of course this is one I do like, where you have China Girl trying to learn how to walk again, and especially with the music playing out, it actually made the scene feel more magical. Of course, you do get some awkward blue screen effects. Like you can tell, like, oh yeah, this is obviously a blue screen shot. So there are some things that do not hold very well. And there are moments that do got laughs out of me. And I thought the does go by at a pretty decent pace. And I thought Sam Raimi's direction was really good, even though I don't think this is definitely his best film, which it's not, because I rather watch other Sam Raimi films I do consider to be his greatest, but not Oz the Great and Powerful. But it still is a good flick that he's done. And it's not as good as the original Wizard of Oz, which I said this in my review of Return of Oz. You just can't beat the original, because the original will always be the best. And it's not really as highly underrated as Return of Oz, but it's about as underrated as it could get. But nevertheless, I'm glad I saw the film. I'm glad I gave it a chance, and don't think it's that bad of a film. And honestly, I think you might enjoy it too. If not, then oh well. And I do like the song called Almost Home by Mariah Carey that appeared in the credit, which I actually will admit I actually really do not mind the song at all, and I do listen to it on my iPhone. So, yeah. I enjoy Oz the Great and Powerful. I don't know what to say, except it was entertaining. I gave The Wizard of Oz an A+, I gave Return of Oz a B+, and now for this one, I'm going to give Oz the Great and Powerful a solid B. If you have not seen the film, please feel free to check it out. So, I just fun reviewed all the Oz movies, so is there anything else I can say more about Oz? Well, I have thought about it, and I just figured why not do one more Oz-related property. And it's not The Muppet Wizard of Oz, or The Wiz, or Tin Man, or Emerald City, but instead, it's the original again, but with the perspective of two well-known slapstick duos, such as Tom and Jerry. So, if you want me to review another Oz property, you got it. So, for a bonus, I'll review Tom and Jerry and the Wizard of Oz. So, that's all my reviews of The Wizard of Oz, which is a classic. Return of Oz, which is very highly underrated. And not as underrated, highly as underrated as Return of Oz, but as bad as it's underrated as it could get. And not the greatest Sam Raimi's ever done, but it still is a darn good movie. So, let me know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.